Synchronicity Wave System is a system that is using a computer and TV screens or projection screens that are using LCD technology as a transducer. So the color and light, it's like a matrix going up and down the screen of colors and light. There's information in that color and light that the developer Robert Religa put together: sacred geometric patterns, mathematical algorithms, DNA codes, things that work on the opposite of chaos. So using chaos theory, using work of fractal mathematical algorithms, taking different places on the planet like sacred places, the jungles and rainforest and ocean and Pele's fire. For instance, Pele's fire's got a lot of reds in it. It's very warming, just like you would think a volcano would be producing. Well, those seem to produce, and it's been reported by many patients, this increases their circulation. Whereas the blues and the calming of the ocean colors of one of the programs, because we have 15 programs, it's like watching a program. You just have to be in the system and absorb the photons that are colliding around you, because we're facing 2 to 4 screens together. And by facing the 2 to 4 screens together, we're creating a collision of this light and color and frequencies. So if you're having hot flashes and you're hot all the time and you've got excessive yang in the body, we might use some yin colors, colors like blues that are calming and cooling to the system. We're seeing problems that haven't been helped, and these patients are getting helped and having energy and getting their life back, young and old.
I'm really active. I play soccer, basketball, I snowboard, and I'm always either in a gym or outside with the bright sun, and the light affects my migraines, and I get a blurry vision first and then a really pounding headache. I usually have to go sit in the nurse and just try to sleep, and I can't concentrate, or I'm outside, I have to go sit on the benches, try to drink water, but I can't really do any active things, and that pounding just goes on. And we have a synchronicity system at home, and the best program for me is Ocean because of the calming colors like blue and green, and I sit there and the pounding goes away when I put on a cool color. I'm really happy the synchronicity system is in our house.
I have a patient who has had terrible blood pressure problems, and he's very anxious about it, and the anxiety drives the blood pressure. He takes his blood pressure 10 times a day, and it's ruining his life. We've tried many treatments on this man over the last 3 years since I've been seeing him, including pharmaceutical drugs, and it wasn't until he started sitting in the synchronicity system that we turned a corner on his condition. He's so excited about it. He comes for 2 hours almost every day, almost 7 days a week. He's here, comes in with his wife. They sit and play cards or watch videos, and it's really quite remarkable what's happened to his blood pressure.
Well, the funny thing is that I came here to Sarasota from Orlando because I wanted to check it out for my daughter who is chronically ill. And within 10 minutes of sitting in the room with the synchronicity running, I realized that the severe pain I had walked in with due to sciatica in my hip and my knee were greatly diminished, and it was something I totally did not expect to happen.
Last 4th of July, I was watching fireworks and I fell asleep, and a truck rolled up on me. I sat there and rolled off, and I was taken to the emergency room in the hospital for 4 days, and I had a lacerated liver, fractures in my SI joint and pelvis, and contusions in my knee. And I was in pain, I hadn't been able to sleep, and we had just had the synchronicity system installed in our living room, and I wasn't in there for more than 5 minutes, and I felt little pain, was at peace, and just fell asleep for 15 hours. They gave me 2 months on crutches, and since it was during the summer, it was a big bummer. But after being in the synchronicity system and doing homeopathics, I was really surprised that I was almost pain-free and able to walk and run in about 3 weeks. The hospital hadn't given me anything that said, relax, but I was in the room a lot. And I definitely think it contributed a lot to me being healed, and I was doing cheerleading and marching band not 2.5 weeks later. To be healed up like I was is amazing.
I remember we had a lady come and stay at our recovery center for a month. She had chronic fatigue, chronic pain syndrome, a history of Lyme disease, and multiple car accidents. And we introduced her to the biosynchronicity system. In fact, we put one in her room so that it was going all night while she was sleeping, and she improved. We found out that the biosynchronicity was a real factor because the cable came loose and she was without it for several days, and she lost some of her gains. She started feeling worse, and then we got the cable fixed, and she started feeling good again. So she's very enthusiastic about the synchronicity system.
A man brought his wife to check her in at our clinic for 2 weeks. And as he's standing in the room, he says, "Why are my legs tingling?" And I said, "Well, do you have issues or lack of circulation in your legs?" He goes, "Yes, I have diabetes. I have no feeling in my legs. You could take a match and light my legs and I wouldn't feel it." However, he sat in the room every day admitting he was the biggest skeptic. But within the first minutes in the room, he felt a tingling, and after a week, he had full circulation back in his legs. So when patients have a skepticism about sitting in the biofield of the synchronicity wave system, I just tell them, sit in here and tell me what you feel. My goal is to get this to our troops. Our troops are in need of this. In the synchronicity wave system, we can treat multiple people. We can put 100 people in a room. Right now we're working with the wounded warriors. We've proven to them that they're feeling better, less stress, their pain goes away, and that's huge. We're also looking to the NFL based on their post-traumatic, their post-concussions. We're seeing improvement there. Those are the kind of patients that are calling us going, "We understand you have something that might be of benefit." And we have the Lyme disease patients that come in and they've tried everything, they can't take anything because they're too toxic, they're too tired, and we're seeing these patients get their energy back, and that's huge.